Guys, it's KM786 here, and today we are doing a review on a 2022 set, the Lightyear XL-15 Spaceship. So, pull this a little bit closer here. We've essentially got a pretty cool ship here. Let's re-angle just a little bit as it is on the stand. There we go. This is from the Disney Pixar Lightyear movie, and it is the XL-15. It's definitely a very, very cool spaceship. It's sitting on a stand that does come with the set. And of course, I've got all the minifigures just kind of casually just sticking to whatever studs are exposed at the moment. This is from 2022. And let's take a look at the minifigures. We'll just start grabbing here. So you've got a cat. I believe it's Socks. It's supposed to be the Robo-Cat. I haven't actually seen the movie yet. So put the cat to the side. Let's grab the next one here. Next character. This one is supposed to be Mo Morrison. It's got a really cool flamethrower looking weapon. And the printing on the outfit is actually pretty cool as well. Let's pull that out of the way so we can get a better look. Pull the helmet off. No back printing. And then let's see here, pull the head off. So you've got this armor piece. And underneath it, that's what it looks like. If I can get a little more focus there, there we go. So a lot of printing on there. And both of the, I guess we'll say the commandos or the soldiers have the same printing and the main body. However, the armor is different. And what's really neat is they also include some hair. So it doesn't have to be in his helmet the whole time. Though the helmet does look really, really cool. Give him his, it's almost like a spear gun with a flamethrower attached to it type of thing. Very, very cool. Let's grab the next one. This is supposed to be Darby Steel. So once again, the printing for the main body, the legs, is the same. However, the actual armor is pretty cool. You've got kind of a green armor that's almost Boba Fett-esque in a way. And then you've got this cool cannon here where if you push that down, the stud will launch out. And then, of course, we can pull the helmet off. Kind of an older character, and then kind of an angry face there. And then there is a hairpiece as well for her. There we go. Pull the hairpiece off. Helmet back on. There we go. And of course, let's look at Buzz. He's holding quite a few different things here. So, got a little blaster there. I've got this fusion type of crystallic fusion is what they call it. So this like crystal core here, like an energy core. And then we take the helmet off. And Buzz is interesting in that you've got kind of an orange suit. This is kind of like the head sock, if you want to call it that. Try to get the head off here because actually underneath this armor here, which is actually really snug, if I can get focus here, there you go. It's got a 15 on there. Pretty nice armor. Grab it by there. Pretty good on the suit. Quite a bit going on. There's actually, I'll put that on there, a regular head as well. that has both a kind of smiling and not smiling, and of course there is a hair piece that goes along with that. Let's find the other head. There we go. Helmet, which is actually similar to some of the space helmets here. So besides the little fusion core, there's also kind of like a laptop. No printing on the keyboard in terms of letters. Like there's actual printing, but just no letters. And you've got this little sticker that's kind of showing what this special fusion core does. So we'll get all that out of the way. We will refocus. There we go. So the main draw here is the actual XL-15. It is sitting on a stand that's stickered, has a couple different facts about the actual ship. It is a spaceship. It's not necessarily a starfighter. Very nice looking. Very Battlestar Galactica Viper-esque in its shape. So definitely a really nice looking set here. And the stand is at an angle. It does hold it quite steady here. You've got the marker lights, green and red, respectively, on either side. And just a really nice shape, nice pointed kind of, like I said, reminds me very much of a Battlestar Galactica Viper, which is really cool. The stand itself attaches with a pin. If I can pull that out there. There we go. All right. Straightforward. Let's put that down for just a second so you guys can see the actual sticker. And it's actually kind of neat because it's all a Lego XL-15, which is really cool. I like that, just to kind of keep everything in its own Lego universe here. And then the actual ship itself. So before we get to the cockpit, we'll just take a bit of a look at the actual set. A little closer just to see the lines. Like, I like the shaping of this. Building this was actually really nice. It was, you know, you're putting all these little pieces in to build this up, and it was kind of satisfying. It was a fairly straightforward build, nothing too crazy. Some of the angles that they're doing here are a little bit tricky, but nothing over the top crazy. It is an 8+ set, but the reality is it's pretty straightforward. You've got a hatch here in the back that opens up, and then another one in the bottom. The one on top is for the little book. Technically, you could try to squeeze the cat in there, but the cat's not going to fit. The cat actually just sits and hangs out in the actual cockpit, but the fusion sticks in there, and the reason that there's actually room for more than one is because you can actually get another one from a different set and actually put it in there. So we're just going to put that in there. And then let's get into the cockpit. Yellow windscreen, very nicely shaped as well. And then you've got quite a bit of space for Buzz in the back. You'll notice that where he sits, there's some extra space to actually stick socks, which would be sitting right back on those two studs that, if we can get a good angle here, can kind of, let's see if I can get a good angle. Just barely see there. The gray studs right above my thumb there. Let's look at the actual inside here, and again, forgive the lighting or lack thereof. Let's flip it here this way. There we go. That's a little bit better. So you've got two stickers on either side, and then the other panel here, which isn't the easiest to see, so I'm going to actually try to see if I can just flick this off and show you guys what it looks like. It's a triangular piece here, and it's essentially, if I can get it to focus for me, there we go. says Ivan. It's like the navigation computer, and it just sits there attached by a jumper. And then getting that back on there. There's a joystick as well. So we'll just realign that. When you're getting it on there, it sits above two other pieces, so it's a little bit tricky to get it on there once you've pulled it off. But once you've got it back on there, it kind of sits pretty nicely. And let's get Buzz in there so we can kind of see what he looks like when he's in there. So I'm going to throw socks in there behind Buzz. And it's a little tricky to get him in there, because you kind of have to line them up just right. And again, I'm sure it's easier for kids who've got smaller fingers. There we go. So socks is inside. Obviously Buzz has all of his other extra stuff like his gun. We're going to throw that into the cargo hold and get Buzz kind of ready. His armor does restrict his arms a little bit, so he can't really raise them up very far. We'll lean him back just a bit. Push the arms down, pull the joystick, which is actually on a ball joint. If I can get a fingernail in there. There we go. We'll move that over. Maybe too far. There we go. Don't want it actually touching the figure there. Alright. There we go. There's Buzz. You can kind of, in the corner there, right there, you can see the tail for Socks there, and you can see Socks right there. So there you go. Buzz is in there. His little shield is kind of, there we go. Turn his helmet just a little bit, and we're good. So there he is in there. We can actually open up this cargo hold here on top and throw his little gun in there. That'll fit. His hair will fit. His extra head will fit. So decent amount of space there. And then let's get this back on the stand. So where it connects, once again, there is in the bottom, it's this one right here. So you've got the last one, and it's the one right after the last one. So second to last one here, and that just fits. This angles a little bit, so depending on where you've got it sitting. And there we go. XL-15. It's so nice that they've got a stand. The angle stand's a little bit interesting for sure, but definitely an interesting way to display that. And you can display it in any real way that you want to. It sits flat perfectly fine. It's nice to have it on the stand just because it looks like it's kind of banking in a turn. Very, very cool set. You get 3 minifigures and a cat. You get the hair pieces for the minifigures. You get an extra head for Buzz. And you've got this really nice, very Battlestar Galactica Viper style spaceship here. Just a very cool ship, very sleek design, just very, the shaping is just really, really nice. And the color, the blue is really nice as well. So definitely a cool set, the XL-15. This is from the Disney Pixar Lightyear movie that came out this year in 2022. And that's what I've got for you today. Please do like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.